I think I'm better than him everywhere. I think I'll outstrike him on the feet. I think I've got better MMA wrestling on him, and I know I've got better grappling on him. I think I can knock him out or submit him, so that's why I think I'll have finished him within 2 rounds.
I'm training like he is better than me. I'm training as though I've got everything to lose in this fight because I believe that I do. Anytime my back is up against the wall.
Did we establish who has the bigger, most messed up hand, you or Michael?
Yeah, everyone started saying I've got a moose knuckle, which was quite funny. But yeah, I think I've got bigger hands than him, lad. He's only little, isn't he?
I'll be using that against him. I don't see where he can beat me. Only way he's going to beat me is if he throws a Hail Mary punch and it knocks me out. But I don't get knocked out, lad. So I can see me just dismantling him and beating him everywhere.
Paddy Pimblett can't wait for April 12th, as he has already started to visualize beating Michael Chandler at UFC 314. Paddy revealed that he is always thinking about the different ways to beat Michael Chandler, and he can't stop himself from doing that.
Only a few days from now, you're going to be standing right there, fighting for a spot inside the top 10. Destiny will be made.
Yeah, I do. I think you've got to visualise, to be honest. Every night when I get in bed, lad, I've had about 15 different ways that I'm going to finish Chandler, just all going through my head, each one of them, so...
Paddy Pimblett is ready for UFC 314, and he wants to bury Michael Chandler's claims of being a top lightweight fighter. Paddy believes that he is now the best lightweight, and he will prove that on Saturday night. The English fighter has set his eyes on the lightweight belt, and he is confident that he can pass Chandler's challenge and get one step more closer to his dream.
He wants to make a statement and show that he's still one of the top lightweights, but I'm not going to let him. I'm going to show everyone that I'm one of the top lightweights, and the old guard is getting replaced with the new guard, and I'm coming in to take this belt.
Paddy Pimblett believes he has more chances to knock Chandler out than getting knocked out from him. The English fighter is confident that he can take down Chandler at 314. Paddy Pimblett described how the fight between Charles Oliveira and Michael Chandler has helped him to understand Chandler's game plan and style. He feels that the fight will help him to take down and even knock out Michael Chandler in their upcoming clash on April 12th.
You know, Charles showed the formula against Michael Chandler. So I guess what in that fight, without giving away your game plan, obviously did you see from Charles and you're like, all right, this is the path to victory?
A lot of stuff, you know what I mean? I couldn't even name one. He kept him on the end of his shots. He showed how easy Michael Chandler is to take down. A lot of people thought Chandler was a high-level wrestler, but he might be a high-level, like, Division 1 wrestler where it's just straight wrestling, but MMA wrestling, I'm better at it. I'm a better grappler, I'm a better striker. He's just probably got more power in his hands, but we'll prove that on Saturday night, won't we? We'll see who's got more power, because I think there's more chance of me knocking him out than him knocking me out.
On the other hand, Michael Chandler is also to make a good comeback inside the octagon and get back in touch. Chandler has won just one of his last 5 fights, and he knows that this is his opportunity to revive his career. Chandler said he accepted that fight when the UFC approached him as he was looking to get back to the ring no matter who will be his opponent.
I'm a guy who is not afraid to take risks and brave the unknown and do ill-advised things to the masses at times, but I also am a man of my word. So when the UFC approached me about it, the answer was yes. I just don't know timeline-wise. I had some injuries I needed to take care of, clean up after the Charles fight. That was a tough battle for a couple months, but I wanted to make sure that I was going to be able to make the timeline for the UFC.
Michael Chandler believes that he has always made a great comeback from situations when everybody rules him out. He is looking to prove that he has still got it, and he plans to do that against Paddy Pimblett on April 12th. Michael Chandler stated, "Anytime my back is up against the wall, I have come out and done something spectacular. That's what I plan on doing." Michael Chandler further explained the difference between his training and his edge over Paddy due to his experience. Chandler said that he has fought with the top fighters of the lightweight division. According to the former Bellator champion, Paddy will suffer against him due to his lack of experience in fighting in longer fights. Chandler is excited to see what will be Pimblett's strategy if this fight goes into the final rounds. Michael Chandler said, "I have just fought tougher competition. I have fought and trained for 25 minutes fights, probably more times than Paddy has fought in his entire career. There has to be something different inside of you to be able to continue to push yourself after that 15-minute mark, and we will find out if he can do it." Paddy Pimblett also admits that Michael Chandler is undoubtedly a very skilled fighter, as he has the experience of fighting against the greats of the lightweight division. However, Paddy is still confident that his style is different from all those big names, and he won't face much difficulty in beating Chandler. Paddy doesn't see that there are any great chances of him getting knocked out by the American fighter.
He's not wrong, he's fought first battles Hall of Famers, lad, know what I mean? He's fought Poirier, he's fought Gagey, he's fought Charles, all like the best lightweights in the division for the past 5 years, but I think I'm going to make it look easier than they did, know what I mean? They play into Mike's style, they stand there and brawl with him. I think anywhere this fight goes, I'm going to win, to be honest. The only way I lose here is if I get it with a big crazy wild shot on the chin, and as you all know, Scousers don't get knocked out, so there's no way that's happening.
Meanwhile, Paddy Pimblett is not only expecting to defeat the 3-time Bellator champion, he also plans to make things easy for the judges as well. I think I'm going to finish Mike in 2. As I say, I think I can finish this fight anywhere. He loves lunging in with his punches. I can see me catching him with a shot on the way in, putting him down, or I can actually see me submitting him. I don't see a way I lose. To be honest, I really don't. Paddy is confident that he is currently better than Michael Chandler in the majority of the fighting aspects. He thinks he is a better wrestler, and that's why he will look to knock out the former Bellator champion within the first couple of rounds.
He did have some moments against Charles Oliveira where it looked a bit sketchy for him on the ground. Do you see that as a potential path to victory for him, and do you identify his ground game as a potential weakness?
Yeah, of course, but I think I'm better than him everywhere. I think I'll outstrike him on the feet. I think I've got better MMA wrestling on him, and I know I've got better grappling on him. I think I can knock him out or submit him, so that's why I think I'll have finished him within 2 rounds.
The former UFC champion Israel Adesanya acknowledged this kind of confidence from Paddy. Adesanya believes this kind of confidence puts a lot of pressure on your opponent. According to the former champion, a good positive confidence can even put pressure on the experienced fighters and force them to make mistakes.
I just know this because I know fighting. It shakes a lot of dudes, even a lot of veterans get And then when they're under the lights that guy has created, like Pimblett, or that I've created when I did it myself, then they just, like Brumson, on the lights of MSG, I created all that, and then he's just like, oh shit, he gets shook. So he can shake a lot of veterans with his confidence.
However, Michael Chandler reveals that he has no pressure from the confidence of Paddy Pimblett. The veteran lightweight fighter thinks that the Englishman is just a bit overconfident, but he doesn't mind that, and he will test his skills at UFC 314.
He is skilled, but confidence is more important than skill, so we'll put them both to the test.
He's gonna throw the right hand, I'm gonna counter with my right hand.
Despite his upcoming clash with Paddy, Michael Chandler has nothing but respect for his opponent. Chandler thinks that this sport teaches you to respect each other, and he knows that Paddy is a nice guy, and all the things he said are just to hype this fight. Chandler said that he had no insecurity from Paddy even when was on the rise to fight the top fighters of his division.
I know he's got some funny trash talk. He likes to get in the mix. He's not afraid. He's got that Scouser accent. But ultimately, Paddy and I have crossed paths many times. After I was at his fight against Ferguson, I came up to him, congratulated him, because why not? Even if he's in my weight class, even if I knew he was a young, hungry star on the rise, could be coming to be sitting right here someday to fight me, the sport's about respect. And I respect the heck out of him. And, he was like, I wasn't able to do what you did to him, but I got the win. And I was like, hey, man, you did great. We're very cordial. We don't need to hate each other to go out there and try to steal the show.
The UFC Hall of Famer Chael Sonnen shared his thoughts about this fight as he explained what would happen if Paddy the Baddie got the jump on Michael Chandler. According to Sonnen, it would be interesting to see who Paddy calls out if he manages to pass Chandler's challenge at UFC 314.
Let's say Paddy gets the jump on Chandler. Paddy has a skill set that other guys don't have. Let's say Paddy is coming off of something that's awesome and then grabs a microphone, which is a skill that he has better than anybody else in the division, and he does what nobody else in in the division has done for her, which is to call for the fight. It's going to be very hard to get around. It's going to be very hard to go, well, you know, we're not really looking in that direction, and you're not ranked high enough. What's your argument going to be? Lopez is going to fight. He's coming off of 5 victories, none of which were main events, none of which were 5-round fights. Paddy the Baddy will have essentially the same record with the same argument. And I don't know that Paddy's going to pull that card. I don't know that Paddy wants to go step in there with Islam. I don't know that he doesn't, but I don't know that he does.
The UFC interim heavyweight fighter Tom Aspinall breaks down the fight between Michael Chandler and Paddy Pimblett. He explained how Paddy has a good size advantage over Michael Chandler. He further elaborated on the unique style of Paddy Pimblett that helps him to dominate his opponents.
Paddy, very tall guy for a lightweight, especially against a short guy like Chandler. Now, I see Paddy get a lot of criticism for the chin in the air.
Yeah, what is that about?
He just has his chin in the air. Which, I mean, we all have discrepancies in our style, but what he does really well, I think, Paddy, with his striking, is he doesn't punch orthodox. He throws like weird whippy round the side hooks, and the same with his kicks. He kind of has his hands relaxed and just like snaps them up. Do you know what I mean? He's not throwing the old Thai boxing, loading up on it. He's snapping the legs up.
Tom Aspinall further shared his thoughts about the flexibility of the English fighter. According to the heavyweight fighter, Paddy is a brave fighter who likes to kick his opponents without the fear of getting taken down. Aspinall admired Paddy's skill and that he likes to take the risk and tries to finish the fight with his powerful striking and unorthodox style.
He's so flexible, so mobile in his hips that as soon as he gets into like a clinching kind of situation, he can throw up them flying triangles. And something else with Paddy as well is he'll throw kicks because he doesn't mind getting taken down.
Okay.
Do you know, like, he doesn't mind. If someone catches his leg, he's not bothered. He's happy to go on his back.
Wow.
Which is that's a beautiful spot to be in when you're throwing strikes, you know what I mean? If you're not bothered about getting taken down, it's a great spot to be in. But I think ultimately, Paddy's really difficult to prepare for because he's so unorthodox.
Robert Whittaker also has high praise for Paddy Pimblett. The former UFC champion thinks Paddy has gotten better with time, and now he will be a big threat for Michael Chandler at UFC 314.
Like, I think that falling from grace that he had just, you know, lit a fire up his ass.
Yeah.
And sorry for my language.
Oh, it's fine.
And he's just got so much better for it. I feel like he's more focused, he's more switched on than we've seen before.
Meanwhile, despite losing more fights than he's won in the UFC, Chandler has earned plenty of respect for the quality of opponents he's fought. On April 12th, the 38-year-old will take Paddy Pimblett just as seriously as the rest of them. Chandler said, "When it comes to strength of schedule, when it comes to a guy who came in and said what he was going to do and then do it, fight the Mount Rushmore, first ballot Hall of Famers of the who's who of the lightweight division, that has been my strength of schedule thus far, but I'm not taking Paddy lightly. An absence of strength of schedule is not the presence of weakness." Chandler further said that he wouldn't take Paddy as an easy opponent. He knows that the British fighter might look like a kid, but his punches and kicks are very powerful and can finish anybody. Michael Chandler added, "I'm looking at Paddy like he's the most dangerous guy who I could possibly face on April 12th, even if he is self-proclaimed looks like a 16-year-old boy, but he doesn't fight like that, and we're gonna go out and put on a show for the fans." The UFC middleweight fighter Jared Cannonier is confident that Michael Chandler will easily beat Paddy Pimblett at UFC 314. According to Jared, Chandler is too powerful for Paddy, and the English fighter won't survive the powerful hits from Iron Mike Chandler.
Paddy Pimblett versus Michael Chandler.
Chandler is going to win that one. He'll grind out a win, but I think Pimblett gets hit, and I think Chandler hits too hard.
A lot of people are saying that.
Yeah.
A lot of people are picking Chandler in that one. Paddy does get hit, but he's been a tough little
He is a tough
scouser.
one.
And he's super famous.
He's a tough one, but Mike can still... They don't call him Iron Mike for nothing, you know what I mean?
They call him that?
Who calls him?
I didn't know they call
that's
him
the
that.
fight name. I mean, I wouldn't take the name unless it was given to me by Mike Tyson himself. The dude got some power. He's an explosive, powerful man. That front kick to Ferguson will definitely live forever in everybody's memory.
I'll tell you this, you could be the platinum gorilla.
The former bantamweight champion Sean O'Malley is very excited for the Chandler versus Pimblett fight. He believes this is an interesting matchup, and he praised Chandler for accepting this fight. However, the 29-year-old fighter feels Paddy Pimblett has a great chance in this fight, and he will put the veteran fighter under great pressure. Sean O'Malley said, "A Paddy versus Michael Chandler is such an interesting fight. Michael Chandler is such a gangster for taking that fight. It's still a big win if he beats Paddy, maybe not in some people's eyes, but Paddy is fucking skilled." Sean O'Malley mentioned Paddy's fight with Bobby Green, where the English fighter showed his true skills, and now he has a chance to do something similar against Chandler as well. The bantamweight fighter knows that Paddy wants a title shot, and he will come hard against Chandler on April 12th. Sean O'Malley added, "What he did to Bobby Green was super. It's a big fight. Michael Chandler is a beast for taking that fight. Paddy's a beast. What Pimblett wants to do is climb the rankings. I think that fight makes so much sense." Despite Sean O'Malley's praise for Paddy, Suga was still not sure who to pick for the UFC winner. The American fighter is excited for this fight to see how Paddy performs there. Moreover, he refused to make an exact prediction, but the former bantamweight fighter was confident that this will be a close fight and was expecting a thriller for the UFC 314 co-main event. Sean O'Malley stated, "I don't know who wins either. I feel like it's going to be very competitive. Paddy is very sharp, he's very skilled, and I'm excited for that fight." Sean O'Malley's coach Tim Welch also expressed his thoughts about this fight and recognized the challenge Paddy the Baddie has to face for his fight against Chandler. According to Tim, Paddy is a good fighter, but he never faced someone like Chandler, who is a more experienced and aggressive fighter. Tim Welch said, "Pimblett could handle it fine, but he's never been in there with someone that explosive and that athletic." The UFC middleweight fighter Gerald Meerschaert has predicted that Michael Chandler will get the job done at UFC 314. Gerald acknowledged the power and skills of the American fighter. According to the middleweight fighter, Chandler has the upper hand against Paddy Pimblett, and he is excited to witness their epic clash on Saturday night.
Man, I don't know. I guess I know Chandler, so I kind of hope he wins, but that's an interesting one because I could see Chandler just like throwing caution to the wind and swinging away and like falling into a triangle or something. Like, not saying he couldn't get out of it, but like, I think there's ways for him to win that are much easier than he's going to make it on himself, if that makes sense.
So who do you give the edge to?
I still Chandler, but yeah, we'll see how that one goes.
Furthermore, recently, the old rival of Michael Chandler, Dustin Poirier, has shared his verdict for the co-main event of UFC 314. Dustin Poirier, who is known as one of Chandler's fiercest rivals, surprised everyone by backing the 38-year-old fighter for his fight against Paddy. The former lightweight interim champion opened up about his thoughts on this fight and expressed his support for Chandler. Dustin Poirier said, "For some reason, I just have a feeling he's gonna finish Paddy, and like you said, I enjoy watching him, right? Our interactions haven't been the best, but I just think Paddy hasn't fought somebody like Chandler in the UFC yet. The power, the grit, but also just the resume of Chandler. He's fought the best of the best for a long time, multiple-time world champion." Well, this is all we have from today's video, and hopefully you have enjoyed it. UFC 314 is just on the line, and we would like to ask you to share your final predictions for this fight card in the comments section. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get instant notification about our latest videos.